Hello, folks. Welcome to my channel, Rico's Paradigm. Today, I want to talk about how being skeptical about the things around you can help you maneuver around certain risks in the Philippines and or the rest of Southeast Asia. Expats can experience exciting opportunities for adventure, cultural immersion, and cost savings by residing in Southeast Asia, which includes the Philippines. However, there may be particular difficulties because of the strange surroundings, various cultural norms, and disparate business methods. Effectively navigating these challenges requires a healthy dose of skepticism. Skepticism is a balanced approach that includes questioning, verifying, and being aware of potential pitfalls. It does not imply cynicism or mistrust of everything. Here are some ways that skepticism can protect expats from typical problems in Southeast Asia, especially in the Philippines. A philosophical perspective known as skepticism promotes challenging the reliability of information sources and knowledge. It encourages a way of thinking that makes it difficult to believe statements devoid of supporting data or sound reasoning. Cultivating a healthy skepticism can help expats in the Philippines and Southeast Asia avoid exploitation, spot possible scams, and refute false narratives with ease. Skepticism enables people to critically assess circumstances, particularly in settings they are unfamiliar with. For example, a skeptical mindset will encourage expats to read the fine print or seek confirmation from several sources when presented with enticing offers that appear too good to be true. This watchfulness is essential for protecting against fraud, which is common among gullible expats and in many tourist heavy areas. Southeast Asia and the Philippines are notorious for being rife with scams that prey on tourists and expats. The fraudulent activities range from money changing schemes that take advantage of people's ignorance of exchange rates to more complex online scams that are frequently deceptively disguised. Scams such as romance scams, investment scams, and emergency scams are reportedly extremely common. For example, in romance scams, con artists frequently create false emotional connections on the internet before requesting money under false pretenses. Taking a skeptical stance can make expats doubt the authenticity of their online contacts and make them double check claims before sending money. Since victims of these scams frequently report experiencing severe emotional and financial distress after losing substantial sums of money, this skepticism can be crucial in minimizing personal and financial losses. Skepticism and critical thinking are closely related. Critical thinking entails objectively evaluating information and reaching well reasoned conclusions. In social settings, business transactions, or even contracts, expats need to constantly assess their surroundings. Critical thinking enables people to systematically evaluate risk, balance advantages and disadvantages, and think through the possible consequences of their decisions. For instance, critical thinking will prompt an expat to inquire about the source of information if they are presented with an investment opportunity that promises guaranteed returns. Is the source of the information unknown or someone you can trust? What possible dangers exist? Have there been any explicit risks mentioned in relation to this opportunity? Is there concrete proof? Are there records or endorsements from credible sources attesting to the proposal validity? Expats can better safeguard themselves against making dubious investments that could result in financial ruin by applying critical thinking to such situations. As a result, people can spot warning signs and get out of dangerous situations before they get out of hand by adopting a critical and analytical mindset. Understanding cultural quirks, customs, and practices is essential when living abroad. Skeptical expats can approach cultural and behavioral differences without passing judgment, instead, aiming to comprehend the local context. For example, cultural norms can differ greatly in regards to money, business dealings, and social interactions. Instead of assuming they understand the local way of life, a skeptic's mindset encourages expats to ask questions about cultural customs. Because something that is considered harmless in one culture may be seen as suspicious or even fraudulent in another, this awareness can be extremely important when conducting business or interacting with others. By encouraging thoughtful and respectful engagement, skepticism helps people avoid misunderstandings and improve their relationships with locals. For expats, building a solid social and professional network that provides information and support is essential. Having a certain amount of skepticism about possible friendships and business partnerships can help expats separate potential exploitation from sincere intentions. Expats can surround themselves with people who truly care about their best interests by exercising caution when deciding whom to trust. Additionally, networking can facilitate information exchange among expats, allowing them to benefit from one another's experiences. Sharing an expat's story about being scammed or going through a tough time, for example, can increase awareness and inspire others to challenge similar claims in the future. The development of supportive communities that place a high value on safety and mutual protection can therefore be facilitated by retaining a skeptical viewpoint. In everyday situations, skepticism is crucial for improving personal safety and security. Being mindful of one's surroundings and considering the intentions of strangers can help one make safer decisions when out in public. Expats should exercise caution, especially in crowded places where scams and theft are more prevalent. Being alert in places where pickpockets might be active, such as marketplaces or crowded public transportation, is a practical example of using skepticism to protect oneself. Having a skeptical mindset can assist expats in challenging dubious interactions or odd requests, which can lead them to leave or look for other options. Skepticism is essential to comprehending ethical and legal ramifications when entering into contracts or agreements in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Being skeptic encourages them to get legal counsel and clear up any confusion before signing contracts because expats frequently deal with legal systems that are different from those in their home countries. When signing a rental agreement, for example, expats should carefully read and comprehend the terms, keeping an eye out for any potential red flags like unstated costs or ambiguous obligations. Maintaining expats' legal protection under local laws requires relying on thorough documentation and building a network of reliable legal counsel. Southeast Asian legal systems frequently deviate significantly from Western standards, and dealing with bureaucracy can be exasperatingly difficult. Because officials may give contradicting information, skepticism is important for maintaining compliance and averting legal issues. Verify documentation requirements and procedures a second time using official websites or other trustworthy sources. Although it may seem alluring to use bribes or unofficial expeditors to move things along more quickly, doing so can result in legal issues. Taking a skeptical stand encourages you to adhere to legal procedures in order to safeguard yourself over time. Learn the fundamentals of local laws, particularly those pertaining to employment, taxes, property ownership, and visas. This information can assist you in avoiding unethical behavior or miscommunications. Overstaying a visa in the Philippines, for instance, can result in significant fines and possibly deportation. A doubtful expat would closely monitor the validity of the visa and check the extension process with immigration officials. All expats benefit from the process of developing skepticism. The following are some doable tactics to improve this mindset. Always learn about local laws, customs, scams, and common pitfalls to avoid. Your ability to recognize attempts at deception will improve with your level of knowledge. It's critical to distinguish between reliable and unreliable information sources in a time when disinformation is pervasive. Verify information twice before taking it at face value. When engaging with other people, be aware of your feelings and intuitions. Step back and reevaluate the situation if something seems strange. Developing a community with other expats can yield important information about common scams and advice on how to live safely in the area. Never be afraid to challenge ambiguous claims or proposals. Asking for clarifications can promote candid communication and reveal truths. In conclusion, for expats residing in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, a healthy dose of skepticism is a vital tool. It improves social interactions, encourages critical thinking and decision making, protects against fraud and exploitation, and advances personal safety. By developing this mentality, expats enables themselves to confidently and mindfully traverse a complicated and frequently dangerous environment. The moving abroad process can be both rewarding and difficult, but adopting skepticism into daily life gives people the tools they need to succeed while maintaining their financial and personal well being in their new communities. Expats can develop a lifestyle that emphasizes safety, trust, and well informed decision making by engaging mindfully and conducting a thorough evaluation. This will ultimately result in a rewarding experience overseas. All right, folks, that is all for today's show. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.